Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hi there.
So, there's some interesting things going on. This is kind of like a bunch of little weird, interesting, curious, and concerning things.
Well, yeah, I mean, this one really has me thinking about Earth is spinning unusually fast lately. How do they know?
Well, they keep track of these
Oh,
things.
of
They
course they
keep
do.
track. They keep track of everything. Grassy knolls and RVs and if you're into the RV and lifestyle and you like to spend a lot of time out in the woods, it might be a very suspicious person that likes to do that.
Yep, they are the authority. They are.
Yes, it's crazy out there, guys. It's getting crazier. This is what we were talking about in that first video, too. Just basically saying it's part of the remedy is going to induce a lot of craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know consciousness is changing on the planet. And, you do see this headline of strange sounds. The Earth is spinning unusually fast lately. Is that good news? Well, yeah, we want to finish 2020 as quickly as possible. Many people feel that way. And it seems the Earth does as well. 2020 had 28 of the shortest days since 1960.
Very, very interesting.
Now, we all look at the Schumann resonance, but is this something else that's denoting great change?
I do feel a change in energy, definitely.
The Earth rotates once every 86,400 seconds, or basically 24 hours, one solar day. But its speeds are regular, and the length of a day can vary by milliseconds. And 1 millisecond equals 0.001 seconds. Speed of the Earth's rotation varies constantly because of the complex motion of its molten core, oceans, and atmosphere, plus other effects. Before 2020, the shortest day was July 5th, 2005, with the Earth's rotation lasting 1.516 milliseconds less than 86,400 seconds. But on July 19th, 2020, the Earth completed its rotation in 1.4602 milliseconds, less than 86,400 seconds, beating the previous record. And you see this little chart here, the longest days and the shortest day. The rotation is going quicker. Of course, we're talking milliseconds, but at the same time, we are seeing a lot of interesting things happen. That is to say the least. The changes in consciousness, we went and did a hike like we do, and both of us felt a little bit kind of like not really doing it today, but we nudged ourselves too. She nudged me more today. I nudged her the other day. But then we did like a 4-mile hike out in the woods and felt much, much better after that. And then coming back in, we were going to just lie down for like a few minutes before getting back to work. And all we hear is things moving around and, knocks and things. And then all of a sudden, Zeke jumps straight up on top of me, and that's not too comfortable because he's kind of hefty. And he was shaking like a leaf. And I could see light manifesting right next to me. I was seeing it flash earlier. More discarnates, or what people would call ghosts.
Yeah, we would call them discarnates, when they're humans that are not in the body. So that was interesting how it just seems like there's more and more of these situations coming up.
I think it's again, people could look at it as the merge of the realms, a dimensional merge. Energies are shifting. We are changing. Our consciousness is changing, and this is again the reason why we see everything in the world. Is because these powers that be know that everybody's going to be more intuitive. We're going to be able to spot things that are not right, things that we don't believe, right off the bat, and just know. You'll be able to know when you're being lied to. That's simple. But also, it's making it so that more people are having encounters with spirits, ghosts, entities, non-human entities. We've always had a lot, but my gosh, it just is nonstop now.
Well, if you think about it, we only see the tiniest sliver of the light spectrum, and the light spectrum is huge, and we only see this little sliver right now. And I believe that little sliver that we normally see, that's expanding. So this is exciting.
It is exciting. And, Cindy's been able to, with clients, people that we've worked on, connect them to like past loved ones that have moved on. She's done it for me too. I sensed my mom before she passed on, and I knew she was pulling on my chin here because she always wanted me to be clean shaven. Right before she passed on, she was out of the body. I could sense it. But since she has passed on, it's been, about 10 months now. Cindy could keep me updated, with what they're doing, her and my dad, and their progress, because there's like a life review process. And just not to get too far off topic, but it's just one of the gifts that she has. So here we see, since the system of leap seconds was introduced in 72, there's been 27 leap seconds, and they've all been positive. In other words, they've all added extra seconds to our clocks, enabling the Earth to catch up. It's just another thing. We see changes. We were talking about the storm and Neptune changing direction, which we'd never seen that before. It means the magnetism must be different, what's going on. These are all indicators of the changing times that we live in. And, here is what some people will say: it's just the angle, it's just the sun going down, this is just an airplane up in the sky, nothing to see here, move along. And other people will say, no, that's no airplane. What is that?
I'm getting with this is it is a fireball. It's ignited, it's burning up, and I can't feel or see any beings, entities. It feels like earth. It feels earthy, and it feels strange. It feels mysterious. Something that I feel the controllers know about that we don't.
Well, it is curious, and curiously enough, it's in Nicole's backyard again. It's up in West Virginia. This was filmed. Interesting. And somebody took a snapshot and enhanced it, and this is what we have. Again, I don't see an airplane in there.
No, it looks like a plasma ball.
It does, it does remind me perhaps of a fireball, maybe of something that's entering orbit again. Maybe it's space junk coming down, or who knows. But again, I don't see a plane in that.
No, I don't either.
No, and there's always those that just want to say it's a plane. Can't be anything else but a plane. Yeah. But that's not the only one we had recently. We had this, super fireball that stunned people in China. That was that daylight one that was super, super incredibly bright. And then, we get reports that maybe it landed and actually exploded and actually even possibly caused damage. So, this is out of DNA, India. And it talks about it coming down and being a major disaster. So, China, they never give us any straight answers, just like NASA. So who knows? But this says a major disaster took place in China when a ball of fire fell from the sky and crashed into the northwestern city of Yushu on Wednesday. And the explosion was heard after the fireball hit the ground. And also there was reports that it registered seismologically.
Yeah, it did. And that's pretty amazing. I wish that we could get more information, because this one I'm quite curious about. This one has a kind of an ominous feeling.
Yeah, because you wonder, a while ago Cindy had gotten that we're going to see more and more of these fireballs, and that for as far as like when we started to get that information, I think it was in August and September, there was going to be events, but nothing major would happen at that point in time. But moving forward, the possibility perhaps increases.
Oh, definitely. The more we move forward, the more of these we're going to see, and it's going to ratchet up.
And by the way, we have a strong and shallow 6.7 quake off the coast of Los Lagos in Chile. And so this one hit at 21:39 UTC on the 27th today. And the depth was the standard 10 kilometers that they usually give us when it's shallow.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
So, thankfully, people felt the shaking, but thankfully no tsunami, which, obviously when you see something off the coast like this, you immediately wonder, and hope that there won't be a tsunami. Now, this is curious.
Bill Gates' savior complex spirals out of control. Wow. Funds sun dimming plan to save the human race. He's always looking out for us. I so appreciate him. Sorry, I made the boss cough here.
Oh, she's being facetious, isn't she? Oh, yeah. So, sun dimming. Yes. So, what are they talking about? They're talking about what everybody was buzzing like 30 years ago about, saying, well, that stuff that we see up in the sky, well, we know there's aluminum and barium. They're reflective, so maybe they're trying to save us from global warming. And this is basically what they're coming right out and saying now, which, of course, then it means that there's something else totally different going on. Now, reflecting the sun, well, again, the sun is the giver of light. Light is information. So trying to cut off the information from hitting our skin and, going into our DNA and giving us these upgrades. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, yeah, I do buy that for sure. I do. He actually looks so much like an old boss I had, too. It's creepy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The crazy old Mr. Rogers. Yeah. Creepy Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, he definitely does look creepy.
So, yeah, there you go. Looking to save the human race from global warming. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we're just not going to buy the party line. Nope. China economy set to overtake the U.S. earlier due to the lockdown situation. Earlier than forecast, and the rise of China is, it's a big, huge part of everything that we've been watching, as we know that the powers that be for a long time have wanted to shift the power that way, and they're doing everything they can to shift it that way, and it is manifesting. Mm-hmm. It's interesting when you look at the official numbers, as far as the plague on the land. China is like way down the list. Even though this was the epicenter, the numbers that they show are just so tiny compared to, for instance, the number one country, which is the U.S., which, dwarfs it. It's like, I think it's like 80,000 to like 20 million. And of course, this is the most populous country in the world. So we could draw our conclusions from that. There's a lot of conclusions to be drawn. And by the way, if you are in Victoria, Australia, you're not allowed to kiss on New Year's Eve.
No, that's a law that would it would have to be broken for me.
Yeah, that would have to be, that could never take effect here. No, that's for sure. Definitely not. Yeah, it's just, hey, they know what's good for us, right?
Oh,
don't they know what's good for us?
Well, it's because they care about us so much.
Next thing you know, they'll be mandating divorces.
Yeah.
So, guys, as always, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon. Anybody that needs to set up a time to make an appointment, reach out at EEARTS at Proton Mail or evolutionaryenergyarts@gmail.com, and stay prepared out there.
God bless and namaste.
God bless and namaste.